What is good, Regis recipients? How are y'all doing today? Let me know in the comment section. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Regis Reflections. Y'all already know each and every episode we have a different athlete on this podcast. And on this episode, we got my dog Clayton. Say what's up to the people, Clayton.
What up? What up, everybody? What up to John fan base? Hope y'all having a great day, man. We finna get it popping for y'all, man.
Yeah. So Clayton, can you tell the people how is your mental health on a scale of 1 to 10 right now? With 10 being the
Right
best.
now,
Mhm.
actually, my mental health has been a lot better. I'll say about a 9. It's bumps in the road sometimes, but I mean that's just how life goes. So, I mean, it's been better, been able to really just sit down, talk to myself, really just focus on myself, my mental health, and everything. So it's been a lot better. So I'll say yeah, it's been a lot better.
Good. All glory, all glory. So, Regis recipients, Clayton here is a member of the Georgia Tech football team. Now, Clayton, what position do you play?
I played defensive back. I played corner, nickels, both safety. So literally everything.
So, I got to get this question out there. I got to get this question.
Okay.
Would you say, now, you know, both football, would you say that DB is the hardest position to play on the football field?
Of course, I'm gonna say DB is a hard position to play because when we get beat, it's touchdowns put on the board and stuff like that. But when linebackers may miss a tackle or D linemen may miss that gap, it's a couple yard gains. But with us, it's
Mhm.
touchdowns, man.
Man,
Can't get beat.
that's true. You got to be on the island. Got to be on the island. So, Clayton, who or what kind of got you into the sport of football and kind of start playing the position DB and nickel and safety?
So I've been playing football since I was 4 years old. I'll get that out the way. I've been playing since I was 4. My dad played in the league. My dad went to Georgia Tech, actually. A lot of people don't know that. But
Wow.
he went to Georgia Tech. He played receiver and he went to the league. He played for the Detroit Lions. So I was kind of like born into it, essentially.
Mhm.
Like my mom always tell me she gave me the option to play flag football or like contact full
Yeah.
pass ball. So she said, I said contact. So when like if I had some pictures,
Mhm.
like when I was like first practice, like I'm 4 years old, big helmet on, big shoulder pads on. I'm just grinning from the ear to ear because like I got to play football for the first time. So I mean, that's what really started it.
Mhm.
And then like my progression, I play different positions. I played linebacker, edge, running back, receiver, like in Pee Wee, and then middle school I had really had changed to DB. That's when I really had changed to DB in middle school.
Mhm.
I started like sticking to DB and stuff. Then freshman year I played wide receiver and DB, and then my 10th grade year, sophomore year, that's when I officially just said, man, I'm not gonna play receiver no more. I'm finna like hone in on this DB thing and just make that my thing. So then I went from corner, played corner, then I moved to safety my junior year. And then ever since then, I've just been playing safety mainly, but I'm able to play all the positions on the field though for sure.
All right, little Swiss Army knife. Okay, okay, that's tough.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Tough.
Hey, that's how you make your money nowadays. So I mean, hey,
Stack that bread. Folks don't know. You gotta have multiple ways of income, like we were just saying. We were just
yeah, yeah,
So I know you ended up playing high school football and even doing track at Westlake. So
yeah,
people who are not from Georgia, Westlake is probably one of the top sports programs, sports high schools all across Georgia. And they send multiple D1 athletes for basketball, football, other sports. How was it kind of playing
yeah.
football in that environment and playing in such a high like region as well with Westlake?
Man, for me, it made me want to drive even more, honestly. Like seeing when I'm a freshman, I see my senior teammates going off and going to Nebraska, going to all these different places. It made me want to step my game up because obviously you don't want to make your mom pay for no school or your dad pay for no school. So it's like you gotta go get it. Like it's as simple as that. It's either you go get it or you don't. And football, it was just that way. Like my junior year, I was like, yeah, like this football gonna be the way I go to school for free and all that little stuff like that. So junior year for sure. And then my teammates who I played with my junior year, they out of this world. Like I played with Nate Wiggins, he in the league, he played for the Baltimore Ravens. I played with him. My other teammate, DeMarco Williams, he's currently at Western Kentucky. And then I played with AJ Terrell's little brother, Avion Terrell. He currently plays for the Clemson Tigers. So I mean, like just having those guys around you and seeing their work ethic, it made me want to push myself to even match that so I can do what they're doing. And we all successful now. So I mean, we all pushed each other. I'll say that. That's for sure.
So would you all say like when you were in that room playing with those DBs and safeties, did you all kind of motivate each other and kind of say, this is the end goal, like I want to be in the NFL, and you all pushing each other
Yeah.
toward that?
Because like what we had told ourselves before my junior season even started, we wanted to be the best secondary in the state, in the country, all of that. So we
Mm,
carried ourselves in such a way, like we carried ourselves with that swag, we carried ourselves with that confidence. Like we're just being a secondary that can't be messed with. Honestly, like you're not finna bomb us, you're not finna like do none of that. So it was just like we really like held a standard, and we all met that standard each and every day we was on that field. Honestly.
that's tough. That's tough. So you ended up committing to the university, to Georgia Tech University. What was kind of behind that commitment for you going to Georgia Tech, aside from your father playing there as well?
I mean, for me, I'm like growing up, my family's been big on education. Like I'm like other than my aside from my dad, I'm the only other athlete that went to school off of straight athletics for the most part on the full ride scholarship for athletics. So I mean, I've always been born to just always academics. Academics is first because you you can get farther in life with academics than you can get obviously with sports because your body's gonna break down, you're gonna get older and little stuff like that. So my mom and my grand and my really everybody in my family always pushed for me to just always stay on top of my books and stuff. Like I was a good kid in the studies growing up and even throughout high school and then in college I'm a building construction major minoring in finance. So it's like yeah, I took it real serious because like Georgia Tech, you get the best of both worlds. You get football, you get to play in a good conference, the ACC, who is always competing in those high bowl games and those high ranking games and stuff. And then you also get the other side of it, which is a great education, and really just trying to set myself up for the future at least. Like just trying to I really just with Georgia Tech, I just took every component of what it brought for me and I
Hmm.
just said, yeah, this felt like the best decision for me, and I have no regrets, honestly.
That's true. Live life and no regrets. That's real. It's real. So,
Yeah.
what was that transition like for you, football, going from Westlake High School to now in the D1 collegiate era here at Georgia Tech? How was that mentally and physically for you?
I mean, for me, the mental part, it was challenging because you're getting used to people. Well, it's like in high school, like you start off as a freshman, you're kind of nobody. You're trying to make your mark, make your name known. So like honestly, it's kind of a whole reset to the same thing. Like okay, these coaches brought you in, but you still got to prove yourself to your teammates, prove yourself to your coaches, prove yourself to your head coach, literally everybody. So it's like a whole reset. But they know you have some type of talent. You just got to show that talent. So like that was my biggest thing. Like coming in, making sure I'm in the playbook, making sure I'm always talking to the coaches about little things I can critique myself on because I'm a big person when it comes to critiquing himself on like literally anything, better in zone coverage, better in man coverage, better at tackling, like little things like that that I just try to make sure I'm the best at because I mean you got to separate yourself somehow, some way. And nowadays, so it's like you got to get it how it go. And then physically I wasn't the biggest coming in, honestly. So I
Mhm.
took that like I was like maybe I think I weighed in first practice at like 169 coming in here. So it was like I was a smaller dude. So it was like I had to, stay on the nutrition, stay trying to gain weight. And then now I'm 193 right now. So it was like
Mm,
I did what I had to do to make those gains and to play at what I'm playing at now. So I'm happy that I did so, and just really just trying to progress and keep it going, honestly.
So, were there any nervousness or any doubts when you were kind of first going into playing for Georgia Tech at all? Them first few steps on the field and everything like that?
I mean, obviously nerves is gonna be rushing, adrenaline gonna be high. I remember my very first game against Clemson, man, boy, even run out the tunnel, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm probably not even gonna play, but it's like, ooh, this just hurt. So it was like a real surreal moment for me. And
Mm,
then luckily I ended up actually playing in the game. I didn't get that many snaps, but I really embraced it and took it all in when I first stepped on that field because like damn, I'm really living the dream I set for myself, and now I'm just trying to continue and keep on going, honestly. So like that, it was crazy. It like every game has some nerves, but like for sure, the game I always remember is my first game, obviously in college, probably.
first thing, that's right. So, we know with you coming into college, you were playing DB and safety, and sometimes with on that side, you're going to play special teams as well. How did you handle being put in a different position in that level? Did you handle that well? Did you handle that upsetly, or were you just like, okay, I'm adding this to my bag?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I always try to equip myself with different tools to give me the opportunity to really just play whatever. Like now, like in the NFL, people don't really be knowing this, but like guys get paid good money to just go play special teams.
That's true.
Like guys get
I don't
paid
know.
well to just go play special teams, and you gotta think special teams don't get but that many players, so you making X amount of money. You're not really hurting yourself or your body, but obviously you want to take those progressions and steps up. But it's always a foundation to it. So like you may be a gunner on special teams. You play corner, but you may be a gunner on special teams. You show off your speed at gunner. You making plays, you making tackles out there. They may throw you in there. They may bring you in, have a conversation, be like, "Hey, we see you. We see your progression. Keep it up." Like you never know what not blocking blessings could do for you later on in life. So like I took it as I'm gonna add this to my bag. I'm gonna do what I got to do on these special teams. I played on all four of them. I played kickoff return, punt, and punt return. So it was like I'm just gonna add this to my bag, and I'm just gonna show my athleticism ability and all those little things like that, just to show that I can still play on defense as well. I can do all of this and be on defense as well. So that's what I
So
did at least.
I like that. I like that mentality. Yes, sir. So I know you said your first game, Clemson. That was another game that you remember your freshman year. But I want to pivot to that game against Virginia Tech that you all had. And what that game, I think you kind of already know. That was a special game for you
Yeah,
because you just talk a little
yeah.
bit to the people that don't know what happened or just how that mindset throughout the game and what you accomplished.
So leading up to that Virginia Tech game, I was a second string, just getting like minimal reps. Like I was just throw myself in the game, get a play, come out, they'll get me out. But I mean, I just took it every step at a time, and then I was given my opportunity against Pitt, and the person who started above me, sadly, he had injured his leg and he was out for the season. So it was like, okay, CP, you're up. Like we need you to still produce. We need you to still do what you got to do. Like still on the field. Like we know you're a freshman, but we trust you enough to handle yourself well out there. So I took it as okay. These coaches trusting me with their jobs basically, because like without us football players, the coaches don't got a job. So it's like we got to do what we got to do. So leading up, then we played Duke after that. Balled out against Duke, had like 8 tackles. So like, I'm feeling myself. Like I'm like, okay, like we doing our thing. And then leading up to Virginia Tech, it's people don't really know this, but like I was sick that whole week Virginia Tech. Leading up to that game, I had the flu and everything. I didn't practice like that whole week until that Friday, and I didn't even start Virginia Tech game. I didn't even start. But like the more like I started to feel better, started to feel a little bit better, and then I was then around like I want to say the second half, like beginning of the second half, I was full go. Like it was no more I'm sick. It was none of that. Like I'm
Enjoy
full
the flu
go,
game.
tackles, making plays, all of that. And then that in that game, I actually got my first interception, my first career interception. So it was like that was a surreal moment for me, like my first pick. And then I had ended up getting the game winning fumble recovery to seal the game because we had ended up coming back. We was down like I want to say like 11 or 12, like in the fourth quarter around there. Got the fumble recovery and everything like that. So it was a real surreal moment. It was basically like my flu game. Like if you want to put it
Enjoy the
like that,
flu
it was
game.
my flu game. So like that's how I think about it. Now that game, my very first game in that game was like a game that I will like forever remember. Like
That's true. So when you were sick, did you ever think like you were gonna play, or were you trying to push through the sickness, or just
a
going?
little bit of both, honestly, a little bit of both. I'm at home like throughout the week. I'm like, man, I feel like crap up in the bed. Like I just feel like crap. But like it was a more so I know my team's gonna like possibly need me like at some point in that game. So I was telling my coaches like, hey, like don't expect me to start the game, but if you need me though, obviously I'm gonna go in and do what I gotta do. Like at this point, it's like okay, I'll put my body on the line. That's what I signed up for at this point.
Put it online. That's tough. That's tough. Because then after that game, didn't you win? You won ACC Defensive Player of the Week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and yeah, like that those stats that week got me AC Defensive Player of the Week as a freshman. So I'm glad I made the internal decision to just go out there and just give it my all. Honestly, like on the bus on the flight back, boy, I'm knocked out.
And
I'm tired, like tired
that's
on the
what
flight.
you put your body on the line, so you deserve that. You deserve that. But so to flip the script a little bit, you mentioned earlier that you were a business. You were a what's your major again?
Building construction with a minor in finance.
Building construction with a minor in finance. That's all right. That sounds already like a crazy hard major. But you're doing it though. You handling business,
Yeah,
standing on it.
yeah. Hey, taking a day at a time, man. Taking a day at a time.
Along with that, though, along with building manager and finance, you're a collegiate D1 athlete and you're at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is an academic, rigorous school. You and I both know this. How do you balance both your major along with being a collegiate athlete at the same time?
I mean, at Georgia Tech, we have a great academic advisors, academic staff. So like I try to use them to the best of my ability, like at all times. Like with I may need a tutor for one class, like I may need a little extra study hall time. Like I try to separate the two lives. Like you should never try to combine your athletic life and your scholarship. Like those should be two separate things. When you in the building and you in practice, focus on that. When it's time to lock in for school, focus on school. Like anytime I'm probably not in the building, I'm either like nowadays I'm just either doing schoolwork, either designing, like little stuff like that. Like just trying to use my time wisely because time don't stop. Time gonna keep on going no matter if you sleep, if you like messing around, no matter what. So like just trying to prioritize my time. And that's what at least coming here and me using my academic advisors to the best of my ability has done for me. Like they always try to set up a schedule for me so I know each and every day what I got to do, what classes I'm taking this day, what time I got study hall, what time I got tutoring. So it just like prioritizing my time really. That was the biggest thing I had to adjust to and get like accustomed to coming here, honestly.
So that time management was real key. It was real key.
Yeah, that's a big thing because these teachers, at least for us, teachers, they will care about you until they don't. Like if you're not showing up to class, if you're not trying to put the effort in, they're not gonna mess with you if you need them extra 2 points to go from a B to an A or a C to a B. So I just try to like always introduce myself to my professor. I always try to get to know him a little bit. Like just even the slightest conversation that does a lot in the long run. Like you never know what they may do for you. Like at the end of the day.
That's true. And they found out they're actually very helpful too. A lot of people don't know about that.
Yeah.
So, with being a collegiate athlete and being on Georgia Tech's football team, you all are prone to traveling and you all are going to go to
Yeah.
other cities and other stadiums. So, non-athletes, a lot of people think when you're going to the other cities, you're out in the city, no matter if you win or lose, you're going to steakhouses, y'all vibing, having fun. But a lot of people don't know it's a business trip. They're not
It's a
knowing it's
business
a
trip, man.
trip. So, could you just touch a little bit of just the travel aspect, especially for Georgia Tech's part and how that is for you?
So so for us, usually for like an away game, we will leave on Friday. We'll have like an early morning practice, little walkthrough type of stuff, get a lift in, get dressed, leave after practice, gone. Like nobody should have class on Friday. Like we made our schedule to where no players have class on Friday, so we gone. And then that's like when we get there, we got a little downtime, like just chill, relax, do whatever you desire for real. In the hotel though, you're not leaving that hotel that night. You're not leaving.
They don't know.
So yeah, you're not leaving. So like you're chilling in there doing whatever. Like guys, like they be having like games for us. Like they'll have like ping pong, like little stuff like that. So you're just chilling until dinner rolls around. You eat dinner, and then after that, you're in meetings for about a good two hours, give or take, about 2 hours. Like just going over game plan, little motivational speeches, like little stuff like that. Just getting you mentally prepared for what you got to do tomorrow. Because at tomorrow is no more going over the plays. It's no more no more meetings and none of that. It's game time. Like it's like it's either you know it or you don't. So it's like you just gotta go out there and put your best foot forward. So and then on Saturdays we'll get up. Depending on what time the game is, we'll get up, eat breakfast. And if you got like an evening game, we'll get up, eat breakfast, meeting, then lunch, and that'll be our pregame meal before that night, and then like just a little bit more walkthrough and stuff like that. So it depends on what time our game is, but that Friday though, it's almost like that every single time. Though. You're gonna get in there, you're gonna meet for about a couple hours. You're not leaving the hotel room. You finna be in there, hang out with your teammates.
Hmm. Man, that's traveling. Just hearing it from different perspectives. It's actually crazy. A lot of people don't know about
Yeah, like people like some people will think, yeah, this coach is gonna let you go out have fun now.
it.
Like the only time we got to go out and have fun is at our bowl game. We were there for like a week, so it's like okay, you're gonna get a little relaxation time like in that time. But Saturday, if you have a game on Saturday, you're not doing nothing Friday. Promise.
So then after the game on Saturday, do y'all stay until Sunday or you leave immediately after the game?
I will. I mean, well, so far my experience, we leave right after the game. Like we get a little to go, a little thing of food to go, and maybe different. It's different every week, but then we get back on that bus, go back to the airport, and we're back to Atlanta. Like we'll get back at like 12 o'clock at night, 2 in the morning. It's different. Like it's just different every single week, honestly.
And then do you all have that Sunday off day, or you have to?
Oh, nah. Like what for us on Sunday, we won't have to come into like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So like you get your rest in for sure. But then
Mhm.
you come in, you'll check in with our trainers, just any bumps and bruises from the day before, obviously, like just checking up on you. And then we'll eat lunch, then we'll have film, not film. Yeah, we'll have film. So like defense will go lift first, offense will be in meetings, and then you'll just flip it
Mm.
afterwards. And then after that, we all go outside. Then we get like some little conditioning in just to like run, like just to make sure our bodies aren't sore, little stuff like that. So we're all good. Then Monday, our coach always says Monday is an all academic day. Like can do straight academics. We don't have practice, no none of that. It's like this is all yeah. On Mondays, those Mondays be blessed, man. I ain't gonna lie. Be blessed. Like you just be chilling. You don't gotta wake up early. You can sleep in. Like you just chilling. You just gotta go to class, and you're good. Like that's it for today. So I mean, I like that schedule honestly because I don't really mind coming on the Sunday and just okay, I gotta work out a little bit, meet, go runs, do some conditioning, and then after that I'm done. I'm done for basically 2 days. Like
That's
we'll get up around like 6. You still
mhm.
got the rest of that night, and then you got the whole day tomorrow, the next day to just do what you got to do. So I
Mm.
mean, I'd be chilling.
So wait, during the week, let's say for example on a Tuesday or Wednesday, what does your day look like? With classes and practice, like what time
Uh,
you get up and everything.
so for a Tuesday on a Tuesday, so we practice in the morning at least. Well, we practice in the mornings. Like we'll practice around like 8:30 ish, 8:30, 9:30 around there. Changes every day, and
Mhm.
we'll get out around 11:30, 12. Because a lot of our classes start around 12:30. Like for the most part, a lot of guys class start around 12:30. So like it don't be that bad. It
Mhm.
just be bad if like it just be bad if you like just practice all day. You got to shower. You trying to take your time, but you really on the clock because you gotta get to class and class ain't closed. So it's
I'm saying,
it'd be a hassle some days, but I mean once you get your little schedule down, you be smooth for the most part. And then we eat breakfast way before then. We eat breakfast around like 6:37, meetings for a little bit, then practice as I said around like 8:39 around there. So I
mhm.
mean it's a pretty consistent schedule. So I mean once you get your rhythm and like what you like to do after practice, post practice, pre practice, you're really straight for the most part.
That's good. Georgia Tech, they do y'all good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. They putting
Yeah,
on.
man. They try to take care of us, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, do y'all have scooters on campus?
Yeah, well, a lot of my teammates do. We all, yeah, like we have like a parking deck that's right beside the stadium, so you're able to drive to the stadium and park your car in the parking garage if you would like. But a
Mhm.
lot of guys when they first come in, like how I did, I had a scooter. Like I was just scooting around, I just
They
vibing.
good. They banned it up there, man. They,
What?
they banned it for all the athletes at my school. They banned them. All scooters.
Wow, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy.
Feel bad, man. Dang, that's I mean, they be having lifts like 5, 6 in the morning, and the dorms are all the way on the other side. And too, it snows up there too, heavy. You gotta
Yeah, no,
take doing
that's
y'all.
crazy. I didn't know that though. I didn't know that. That's new to me.
They
That's new
just
to
they
me.
just banned it this past semester because it was too many accidents, scooter accidents.
Oh
So
wow. Oh
uh,
wow.
bogus, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy though. Nah, that's crazy. Wow.
I'm saying they
Hey, you
banned
learn
it.
something new. You
Learn
learn
something.
something new.
So you've been at Georgia Tech for 2 years now on the football team, and you're going on to
Yeah.
your third year.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a certain practice, game, or moment where it just wasn't you mentally? And if so, how were you able to kind of pull yourself out of that hole?
I mean, so like obviously I pledged. I'm a part of Mega Sci Fi Fraternity Incorporated. So
Oh yeah,
like
up your set.
I was yeah, I was pledging during this past spring and like it would just be some days like I'll just be tired mentally. I would just talk like honestly, like how I'll get out of it. I'll either just talk to my position coach because I'm real like tight with him. Like I can talk to him about anything. He can talk to me about anything. And so it's like I'll talk to him, and then obviously my line brothers. Like we all going through the same thing. It's three of us that's currently on the team. So like we was going through it all together. Like you be tired, but you got practice and all that little stuff like that. So like I'll no those two for sure. I'll say my coach, my position coach, my mom for sure. My mom was a big thing. Like she always gonna be there for me at least. Like always, I can talk to her about anything. And then my LBs, man, they went through it with me. So it's like, hey, somebody can always relate. I can always relate to somebody at least.
That's true, man. You know them. You know them. They got you back all the time, man. No matter what.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. Love that. Hey, I'm that's what. So you're coming up on your junior year season right now. Are there any goals that you have set for this season for yourself?
And for me,
Mhm.
all ACC, that's like number one thing that's been in my mind. Like all ACC, I feel like I just got to prove myself. I'm still getting doubted. Like I done did a lot at this school, but I ain't did enough. Like that, like I'm out here trying to just get what's mine. Honestly, like, but for stats wise, like I had 71 tackles last season. I'm trying to get around that 60, 70 mark again. But also I'm trying to get my hand on the ball. I'm trying to get some picks. Like that's what's gonna bring the money, bring all everything that you want is some picks, man. Honestly. So like if I can get around four, if I can snag at least four of them things and probably take one to the crib, that would be a successful year for me at least. That would be a good year. And then obviously I want to get some forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, sacks. I want to have every stat sheet for a defensive player. I want to at least have something in that stat sheet.
Yes, sir. Speak it right now. Manifest it. Manifest it. You're gonna have every stat sheet filled. Every stat sheet
Yeah,
filled.
yeah.
That's
That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal for sure.
so is your ultimate goal to go to the NFL following your father's footsteps?
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I'm this close. Why not shoot for it? If you feel me, like I'm this close. I'll be eligible for the draft this year. So depending and praying upon my year, like if I do what I need to do, and I do good enough as well. If I will do good enough,
Amen.
man,
Existing.
I can be gone. Like so, I mean, I'm taking this year as the year to really prove myself. Like how it's been like going in my mind. Like my junior year in high school was the year I blew up.
Mhm.
Like started getting offers, started getting recruited highly and stuff like that. So like I'm treating it as if it's that same thing back in 2020 and I was a junior in high school. I'm treating it the same way. Like I'm locked in, doing all the training I got to do, taking care of my body, taking care of my weight, like all that little stuff. So I'm just training as like if like I'm in high school again, honestly.
I'm sure just repeat the process over and over again.
Yeah, so that's all it really be, honestly, man. Like
It's a
freshman
cycle of
year,
life.
it's a cycle. Like, it's literally a cycle, man. Like so you can't run away from it. I ain't gonna lie, you can't run away.
Sure. So I know you're big on faith, very much on your faith and how you go about your faith. How do you incorporate your faith not only to your everyday life, but into your sport and then your mental well-being as well?
I mean, I like every morning, literally, I get up, I pray like not a super long prayer, just like a quick prayer, praying for my health, praying that I'm always 100% healthy, pray that I out of harm's way, that my angels can watch over me, keep me protected, allow
Mhm.
my ancestors to watch over me, guide me through everyday life, like little stuff like that. Make sure I'm good in the books, off the field, on the field. Make sure I'm good mentally, and I pray for my family, like make sure they straight, make sure they're healthy. I just prayed for myself to just make the plays and I always end my prayer off with allow me to pursue what you put me on this earth to do. Like
Mm.
whatever God put me on this earth to do, allow me to pursue that for him and pursue that for myself. So I just try to do whatever I can do, face the challenges that come my way, whatever the case may be, honestly.
I like that. I like that. I'm gonna keep that locked and loaded. I'm gonna remember that. Remember that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see Quintus tomorrow. I'm gonna tell him that too. I'm gonna tell him that. I'm gonna tell him that. But one final question, Clayton, before we wrap things up here on podcasts. What
Yeah.
advice would you give to our listeners and viewers out there on their mental health journey?
I mean, it's your mental health is a big thing, man. Like as far if I were to put it in the football terms, like the sport of football is 90% mental, 10% physical. If
Mhm.
you can't handle the mental part, the physical part gonna be too hard because you're not mentally getting what you got to do. Like if you can't mentally understand your assignment, your alignment, shit, your physical ability can only take you but so far. Like you can't rely on it for so long. Like your body's gonna wear down. So like the mental part is so big as far as football, and then even just in life, like you never like my how I see it. I treat people as how I want to be treated because you never like I talk to like you guys, all of my teammates. Like I'm a person that you can come up to. I may not even talk to you like that, but you can come up to me. I'm open arms. Like you never know what somebody could be going through mentally. You never know what you just saying. Hey, how you doing? Your day going all right? Like a small conversation like that. You never know what that can do for another person. So like, I always try to treat everybody with the same respect. Like I always try to make sure everybody's good. Like even just a small checkup. Like okay, I feel like I checked up on you. I feel like I had a conversation with you. So I know that from our conversation that, okay, you seem pretty good mentally. Like I always check on everybody's mental health at least. Like even my mom, like she older than me, more wise than me. She birthed me, but I still check up on her, check up on my sister. I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of four. So I always check up on my peoples, like just making sure they're mentally good. And that key, honestly, hearing that the people who I interact with, people who I talk to on a day-to-day basis, like if they're mentally good, I'm mentally good. I thrive and I feed off people's energy. Like I can tell when someone's not having a good day. Like, I can tell when people aren't feeling the best. Like so like I just try to make sure everybody else around me is good. Like that's how I am as a person, honestly.
That's good. Well, Regis recipients, you heard it from my dog Clayton right here. Clayton, thank you again for coming on this episode of Regis Receptions,
Of
giving
course.
despising your detail, everything like that. I can't wait to see you on the field this fall. I'm praying for
Yes,
you.
sir.
I won't be here in America, but I'm gonna still pray for you, even though you're going against
Hey,
my school. I'm still got love for you. I'm
hey,
gonna be rooting for
it's
you.
all love. Hey, it's all love.
All love.
We play Notre Dame in the Benz. That's gonna be a fun one.
You know I got it. I wish the one time, of course, when I'm not in America, they want to come down here to Atlanta. But it's all good. I'm gonna watch my dog eat on the field. DB out
Yeah,
now.
for
Come
sure,
on.
for sure.
What number are you rocking this year?
We rocking the number 5, man. We rocking that 5, man.
Number
Yes,
five.
sir.
Remember that.
Yes,
Remember
sir.
that. Well, Regis recipients, if you don't see Clayton on the football field, you're gonna see him in the fashion world. He has a clothing brand. Tap in.
Yes, sir. Young Vet Clothing, man. Young Vet Clothing. Y'all stay tuned for that.
But thank you again, Clayton, for coming on this episode. And Regis recipients, remember, it's okay if you're not okay. You matter. It's your boy JD.
Yes, sir.